Welcome to Tuesday Travel Chat. I'm one of your hosts, Julia from Go Travel. We have a really fun show today. We are tackling all of the crazy news that's been going on, talking about cruises. Cruises have been hot in the media, trending, and not the greatest stuff. But we're here with the facts today, and we're going to get Joanne Cotterman from Royal Caribbean to let us know more about all of the data that's going on. But first, let's introduce Bob Cook. Hey, Bob.
Hi, all. Hello. Yes, I'm very happy to have Joanne here today. You go to the source, and Joanne is our source for all things Royal Caribbean. I've been known her for years, and she's been on before, but I think we should just really get started with what's going on, what's happened in the world.
Let's talk about it, Joanne.
Sounds great. I'm excited to be here. So I say, get your sunscreen out, get your sunglasses, because we're back with the green light for adventure in a very safe and exciting, happy vacation experience. So let's get into the details.
Yeah. So, I mean, basically, if you haven't been living under a rock, you've probably seen in the media, there's just, it's anything to cause a stir, and cruises, because there have been a few cases here and there. And actually some of the ships have, some of the deployment has gotten changed around a little bit.
Yeah.
Sometimes because some of the ships aren't even that full, so they're shifting crew around, not because of what you would think because of all of the hype. So all of this media, I think, started a couple weeks ago. Obviously, we have Omicron going out, and it's affecting all industries. But we just want to come to remind you today, like, cruises are really the safest place to be. It is really safe. The CDC came out with an announcement, and the Cruise Lines International Association came out with this statement last week saying, hey, look, we're really perplexed because we've followed all the rules. We've been doing everything. We really make it safe. We have gone over and above. You are safer on a cruise ship than you are almost in your home. So the cruise lines have no choice but to go along, and they're respectful of the CDC. But they are perplexed with what's going on, but moving forward yet again. So facts, Bob, maybe you can talk about this. This came out also from the Cruise Lines International Association, and maybe Joanne also.
It's true. The only travel segment sector or entertainment, and we're looking at Disney World, Universal, we're looking at flights, we're looking at resorts. Cruises are the only part of the travel industry that are required to monitor, collect, and report. And a lot of that is because the cruise lines themselves have gone above and beyond even what the CDC requires. So they are the only one that gives you statistics that are current. So you have not got any idea of how many people that you flew with that have COVID. There's not tracking that. They're not tracking information except if it's on a cruise. I think someone got seasick a long time ago from a certain government agency and decided they don't like cruise travel. My opinion, IRS, don't come after me for that. But the cruise industry is the only one that's keeping track of this information, and they're using it well. One little statistics I just want to throw out. As of December 30th, on Royal Caribbean, per Michael Bailey and from the Royal Caribbean blog, of the cases of COVID that broke out on ships, not one required hospitalization. That's how minor the cases were. If you had the sniffles, you had to go and be reported. So it's perplexing that the CDC is doing this when they're not going after anybody else.
Now, of course, this is we could say whatever we want here from Go Travel,
Yes.
But Joanne's here from Royal Caribbean. Do you have any comments about the reporting and the monitoring?
No, I agree with Bob. That's one of the things this industry has always had to report. It had to, the Norwalk viruses, the flu viruses, the cold, anything. It's always been at the onus of the cruise lines to report this information. And so it's always been data that's been shared, with resources that can grab it and can report it to the community. So, we've always been an industry that has put our health for our crew
Oh, we lost her for a second here, Bob.
Yeah. I know what
Well,
she's going to say. That are you back, Joe? No. They've always put the health of guests and their crew ahead of anything.
Make sure that
Nothing
we do
monetary
deliver
can.
this.
Because she's back.
Oh,
You froze for a
sorry.
little.
we lost you for a second there, Joanne. Go ahead, Joanne. Finish up what you were saying.
Okay.
You said that you always put the health and safety first, I believe, is what you were
Yeah,
referring.
so the health of our guests and our crew have always been the top priority, and this still remains the case even more so in today's environment. We worked with the Healthy Sail Panel, which is a team of experts in the medical and science field, to make sure that we were, working alongside with the CDC to put these protocols and to put protocols, like Bob had mentioned, above even above what was recommended. So yeah, and we continue to do that. We're always watching and following the data and making sure that we're putting the proper protocols and procedures in place.
And we're going to get into some of those protocols in a second, just as a refresher. But Bob, I know that you have, you talk with all of our advisors, and
Yes.
we're getting feedback already, from people coming back within the last few weeks. And Bob, tell us about some of the feedback you've been hearing from the advisors.
Well, someone who just came back from a 14-day cruise said that you would not have known anything was different on this cruise. Everything was the same except for the mask policy. Other people are coming back saying, we noticed no difference at all. We noticed more attention to cleaning. And these are people who've also cruised in the last 6 months, as well as over the holidays. They said they noticed a little bit more even cleaning, which I thought on my past cruises was phenomenal. So they're seeing a lot of attention and reaction to perceived problems. There may not be a problem, but if it's perceived, Royal Caribbean and other cruise lines are dealing with it by extra cleaning and doing stuff.
We've heard also people coming back from cruises where there were actual cases in the end, but they never even knew about it until afterwards. They didn't make the experience horrible for the rest of the people. They just quietly made sure to work with the people that where the cases occurred and managed it, because you already have all of those systems ready in place, so that it doesn't disrupt the rest of the cruise. So, just another stat here from ASTA: if the average cruise ship were a U.S. state, it would be the safest in the country by far. Just interesting stuff. And this is, as Bob had mentioned, no hospitalization has been required as of December 30th. And just as a reminder, we're ready to be back, and we've been full speed ahead in 22, trying to get things moving forward. 1.2 million jobs that the cruise tourism supported in 2019. This is livelihoods of people. We want to remember that as we're going back in. They need this work. And the more that we cruise, the more we're supporting. So, Joanne, I'll let you get into what's going on directly with Royal Caribbean, more of the specifics on your health and safety updates.
Yeah, we're back, and we're back to bold. We've been back in operation for nearly a year now, and that's, starting with our cruises over in Singapore. But, out of the U.S., we started up with our healthy cruising starting in July. And again, we've remained and kept our environment very healthy, clean, safe for our guests and our crew. It's our top priority, and always constantly, consulting with the top medical experts in medical and science field, such as that Healthy Sail Panel that I mentioned earlier, with the tools such as vaccines and testing and the medical grade cleaning and advanced air filtration. We have proven that we can deliver a healthy vacation so our guests can get back to making great memories. And that's our royal promise to you. And there's certain steps that we have. If you, let's talk about, some of the statistics. Go ahead and go to that next slide. Just as of a year ago, we've had over 500,000 guests that have sailed with us. 21 ships are back at sea. 16 of our ports, that's including Port Canaveral, Fort Lauderdale, Miami, Galveston, Los Angeles, Seattle. We've been back operating out of Bayonne. So, lots of the home ports in right here in the U.S. 50 ports of calls that we visited. Of course, we're Perfect Day CocoCay is one of our most visited private destinations, but we can control that. So that's been a real success story for us, because that's our crew and staff that are there operating. We can keep them, in a safe environment and make sure that our guests that are visiting are very safe as well. So you see some of the other numbers there. How many people have been on the up and away? How many have gone down the Daredevil's Peak, and different things like that. But we have brought back almost 28,000 of our crew. And let me tell you that the crew is so happy to be back. You can hardly step out of your stateroom door and not be stopped with a crew member that wants to stop and visit with you. And, as happy as they are to be back, they're concerned about, your being back and welcoming you back. They're just super excited. And it's kind of taken that, that intimacy of crew to guest level to another level. It's a great experience. I know, Bob, you've been back on a couple of our simulated cruises and some of the other cruises, and I'm sure you'll agree that the crew's super excited to see everyone back.
It's an extremely friendly crew, even more so than prior to the outbreak of COVID. And you can tell the people's voices, their smiles, their attitudes. The employees are just happy, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. And just to mention that all of the crew are vaccinated. They are required to be vaccinated as part of their job requirement. They are tested regular on a regular basis, as well as our staff that works the private destination at Perfect Day CocoCay. We have about 500 people that actually live on Perfect Day Island. So they are constantly being tested as well, to make sure that, again, that we're providing a very safe environment for our guests that are visiting.
And I think we just want to say that the crew is constantly being tested. And front-facing staff, according to the Royal Caribbean blog, the front-facing staff are tested every 3 days. So they really take testing and everything very seriously.
Yeah, and as you might guess, that we do have the testing facilities right on board the ship, so it makes it very easy for us to do the testing and to run the frequent testing for our crew on board. So healthy ships, of course, is healthy guests, and the flexibility. It starts with the booking process. This falls under a program that we introduced almost when COVID came out. It's called Cruise with Confidence. And it's a program that allows you to cancel up to 48 hours prior to your sailing. And it gives you 100% of your cruise fare back in a future cruise credit. And we've even taken it a step further. If one of your members of your family that's traveling tests positive for COVID-19 before you cruise, you will also get 100% of your cruise refunded in a future cruise credit. So we want to be sure that even before, as you're planning your vacation and booking your cruise, that you're feeling confident that we have the flexibility, and we're giving you the flexibility to book your cruise with confidence. And let's just say something does go wrong while you're on board. Well, we're going to get you home, right? So we're going to make sure that you're taken care of. Your health comes first. So we want to make sure that you just concentrate on getting well. So all of your costs for the medical attention on board is covered by us. We're going to make sure that we make arrangements to get you home. And sometimes that includes getting you home in a private jet, you and your family members. So again, we want to be sure that you know that you're taken care of, and we're going to take care of you if something does go wrong on board and you might have a case of COVID. We have, let's talk about some of the cleaning and some of the precautions that we take. This is, I was doing some study and reading, and I was really kind of impressed with some of the things that we do, even before the guests come on board, as well as during, the cruise. So we have medical graded cleaning solutions. We've always taken pride in keeping our ships clean, but we've taken that to, a whole nother evolution with our protocols and cleaning, with the sanitation of the rooms and the cleaning and disinfecting.
She's frozen.
we lost her. We lost her again.
I can attest to that cleaning standard.
Mhm.
It is thorough and very, and the stuff doesn't smell bad either. Sometimes you have medical stuff. Ooh, but on the ship, no, they were always cleaning.
Yeah.
You
Did I
froze
go
on us
out
for a
again?
minute.
Did you
Yes,
lose me
you
for a
did.
minute?
We lost you again, but it's okay.
Yeah.
We knew where you were going with that.
Yeah. So I was talking about this electrostatic fogging system, and I was like, what is this EPA? And it's actually a small electric charge that is piped into the aerosols that passes through the nozzle to help stick to surfaces better. So say someone coughs or sneezes and those little fine particles get everywhere. Well, this process will help attack those areas and make sure that everything is disinfected from, all surfaces throughout the entire ship. And Bob, I think you've done a lot of study on the HVAC machines or
Yes.
process that we have, which is it allows us to have 100% fresh filtered air in every part of the ship as well. So we're taking the outdoor air, we're filtering it and making sure that every part of the ship has this fresh filtered air. So you can be assured that you're breathing good, clean air when you're on board with us.
And it does it in a very quick time period. I think the cabin is every 5 minutes, the air is recirculated.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean,
Yeah.
I remember when you guys all first came out with this, and it was just spectacular. And that's what's just so encouraging is the cruise lines really, especially Royal Caribbean, stepped up immediately and went over and above to just have the cleanest location, because you cannot take a chance. You guys are out at sea, so you have to be 10 times over, and you guys really did that. And all we know is the reports that we get back. Everyone that comes back feels that level of safety and that level. It's just if you haven't been yet, you don't know, because but is everybody that's come back.
And these things are happening kind of behind the scenes. Like, you're not seeing this happen, so you may not even be aware that you got the HVAC machines or some of the sanitation and disinfect processes going on, such as the electrostatic fogging, or what's happening to your stateroom prior to you stepping on board. It was completely sanitized and cleaned. The sheets are going through a high disinfectant laundry process. We're working with independent organizations to help validate this process too. So we worked with the University of Nebraska Medical Center and the National Strategic Research Institute during the process of, putting in place the HVAC and making sure that we're not just saying, hey, you're breathing 100%, fresh and filtered air. They're validating that this is the case and this is true. So, we put they put the stamp of approval on it for us as well.
Well, and I mean, I know we only have a few minutes left here, so I do want to take a look at a little of the teasers that you have coming forward here.
So, we're excited about moving forward, being back to service. We just announced our 2023 through the spring of 2024 itineraries and deployments for Alaska, Europe, and Caribbean. We have new ships coming out this year. We've got the Wonder of the Seas coming in the next 5 years. We have 6 new ships coming. That's including the Odyssey that we just took delivery of last year during all this craziness. So, again, just going back to the excitement of Royal Caribbean and the future of Royal Caribbean, and, moving forward through all this craziness and looking forward to, you getting out there, having a great time, having great memories, enjoying this with your family and friends. So just, look look for those new itineraries that have just opened up, the new ships that are coming. We've got a brand new ship coming into Port Canaveral. That's going to be our home port in the Wonder of the Seas in 2023. Yeah, she's going to be in Fort Lauderdale this March, then spending her summer in Europe and then coming back to Port Canaveral. So great things happening in the future.
Remember, we do have group space on so many of these departures. So we're going to have fantastic rates for you. So do reach out to your advisor with Go Travel.
Can I give one? Can I give one little hint of it?
Go
Thanksgiving,
ahead,
November 3rd, 20th, Thanksgiving, Eastern Caribbean on the Wonder of the Seas out of Port Canaveral. Royal Caribbean's price is $14.55. I just checked it. Our price, and that's for a balcony. Our price for a balcony, $9.78. So we are 2/3 the price of what Royal Caribbean is, and we have similar savings on almost every single sailing. So this is the time. If you want to go away for Thanksgiving next year, give your agent a call. They know about it. I told them about it today in our team meeting.
Yes, and also plus if you book Cruise with Confidence, Joanne.
Yeah, so as we talked about the Cruise with Confidence program a little bit earlier, you can book with flexibility. Know that if you make any bookings by January 31st of 2022, for any sailing departing on or before May 31st of 2022, your booking is protected under the Cruise with Confidence. So if you cancel up to 48 hours prior to your departure date, you will get your money back in full, 100% in a future cruise credit. Plus, wait, there's more. You are under the best price guarantee. So you're under the guaranteed price protection. If the price happens to drop up to 48 hours prior to your departure, Go Travel is going to monitor that, and they're going to get your price protected. Whether
she froze again, but yes, we will help you protect that price, and your agent will be monitoring to give you always that best rate. And there we have it. Now, before we go today, I do want to comment here. We have a comment from one of our advisors, Rhonda. She says, I did a simulated cruise in December. The crew was outstanding. They were friendly and attentive. I felt very safe. The crew took sanitizing very seriously. So, it's also great to hear from our travel advisors on their experiences when they go out there to test it before sending you on the cruise. So thanks, Joanne, for sending our agents to be able to test it.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. Any final comments before we go out? We have a beautiful video teasing some more of Royal Caribbean. But before we go out today, Joanne, any final comments?
Well, I just want to say your Go agent is your expert. They are there to guide you through all of these protocols and updates and new itineraries and new ships. So be sure you're contacting Go for your travel arrangements.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Joanne, for being with us today and just clarifying some of the latest. Basically everything is rolling straight ahead. And the news cycles, they like to play with us a little bit every once in a while, but people are still booking, people are still cruising, and we hope that you'll be the next to join us. Thanks for everybody. See you next Tuesday.
Bye-bye.